You reach out, yearning for connection, yet the bonds around you seem to fray and dissolve. The silence that follows isn't empty. It echoes, growing louder with each passing moment. It feels as though Allah Himself is drawing you away from everyone and everything you've known. But why, dear brothers and sisters? Why does this profound solitude envelop your soul? Cut to narrator on screen. My beloved brothers and sisters, let me assure you, this isolation you're enduring is not a punishment. It is preparation. When Allah selects someone for refinement, protection, and divine guidance, He often separates them from the crowd to nurture something far greater within them. Today, we will delve into 7 profound reasons behind this sacred isolation, reasons steeped in wisdom that many overlook. Before we begin, pause and reflect. What if this loneliness is Allah's gentle call, pulling you closer to Him, away from the clamor of the world? Let's uncover why He isolates His chosen ones and how this journey could be the greatest blessing of your life. 1. Isolation to safeguard your heart. Visuals: a heart-shaped gem being polished, juxtaposed with crowded city scenes, fading into tranquil nature. Have you ever noticed how easily your heart becomes distracted when surrounded by others? Casual conversations, comparisons to worldly success, or even subtle peer pressure can cloud your spiritual focus. Allah, in His infinite mercy, may pull you away, not to punish you, but to protect the purity of your heart. Imagine a dazzling gemstone. To preserve its brilliance, you shield it from anything that might scratch or tarnish it. Similarly, your heart is a treasure Allah seeks to protect. When He sees you surrounded by influences that could erode your faith, friends who mock your devotion, or environments that tempt you to compromise, He may gently steer you away. A personal reflection. Recall a time when people you trusted drifted out of your life. Initially, it may have felt like abandonment, but in hindsight, wasn't it Allah's mercy? He removed those who could have led you astray, creating space for Him to fill your heart with His light. As the Quran reminds us, so do not weaken and do not grieve, for you will be superior if you are true believers. 3:139. This isolation is His way of resetting your heart, aligning it solely with His divine purpose. Expanded insight. In today's hyper-connected world, even well-meaning relationships can distract us. Social media, endless notifications, and societal pressures constantly pull our hearts away from Allah. By isolating you, He offers a sanctuary, a chance to detoxify your soul from these distractions. Think of it as a spiritual quarantine, where the germs of worldly noise are filtered out, leaving your heart pristine and receptive to His guidance. 2. Isolation to refine your character. Visuals: a blacksmith forging steel, intercut with scenes of individuals meditating in solitude. When you commit to self-improvement, the world's noise often fades, not by accident, but by divine design. Allah removes distractions, draining conversations, and even relationships that no longer align with your path. Why? Because isolation is His workshop for refining your character. Consider the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who retreated to the cave of Hira before receiving revelation. His solitude wasn't mere isolation, it was spiritual training. Similarly, your moments of solitude force you to confront raw truths about yourself, habits you've ignored, flaws you've masked, or strengths you've yet to discover. A humbling question: in those quiet, uncomfortable hours alone, have you glimpsed parts of yourself you'd rather avoid? Allah isolates you not to shame you, but to mold you. The discomfort of solitude is temporary, but the resilience and self-awareness it fosters will endure. Expanded insight. Modern life rarely allows for introspection. We fill silence with podcasts, screen time, or idle chatter. Yet it's in stillness that Allah speaks loudest. Take inspiration from the story of Prophet Musa, عليه السلام, who spent years in the wilderness herding sheep, a seemingly mundane task that prepared him to lead nations. Your isolation too is a training ground. Embrace it. Journal your reflections. Pray with intention and let Allah's wisdom sculpt you into a vessel of strength. Continued in this manner for each of the 7 points, adding elaborate analogies, e.g., comparing isolation to a cocoon metamorphosing into a butterfly. Detailed historical prophetic examples, expanding on Yusuf's imprisonment, Ibrahim's separation from his people. Practical steps, how to use isolation for spiritual growth, daily practices like Dhikr or Quran study. Contemporary relevance, addressing FOMO, social media addiction, and modern loneliness. Quranic hadith references with tafsir, e.g. deeper dives into verses about patience and trust in Allah. Reader engagement, rhetorical questions, prompts for comments, and interactive reflections. Closing scene, uplifting music swells, visuals of a sunrise over a tranquil horizon. Narrator: my dear brothers and sisters, as we've journeyed through these truths, remember, your isolation is not an end, it's a divine beginning. Every tear, every silent prayer, every moment of longing is a stitch in the tapestry Allah is weaving for you. The Prophet, peace be upon him, emerged from the cave of Hira with a message that transformed the world. What might Allah be preparing you for? If this resonates, share your thoughts below. A simple, Ya Allah, strengthen me in my solitude, could inspire others. And if you seek deeper wisdom, explore our video on Trusting Allah's Timing, the Hidden Blessings of Delay, a perfect companion to this lesson. May Allah elevate your patience, deepen your faith, and draw you nearer to Him through every trial. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.